Hey, yo, what it is, man? We back with another one. My name is BT. And this is a little special edition of Burn After Rolling, man, because I feel like we come in full circle. But today, I got my dog, Fat Boy Izzo, in the building, man.
Talk about it.
My boy, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. What's the vibe, my guy?
Ain't shit, man. Just moving, staying positive, and being focused.
I feel
That's
that,
what it's
bro.
about.
I feel that,
Straight
bro.
game. Straight all game, man.
Yo, for those who don't know Fat Boy Izzo, my dog's been in the game for years. I remember when the nigga just started. You know what I'm saying? He started out running with Fred the GodSon out of the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? He started,
R.I.P. to my boy.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Fred, man. He was doing his thing. You know what I mean? And now my son's a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How does that, I want to ask you first off, how does that feel?
Feels good, but it come with you learn a lot in this experience.
You feel people look at you a little differently, because you older now?
That's a fact. That shit comes about because, see, I don't look at it like it's like more time in the game. You learn the game more.
Can't really hear you.
You learn the game more. So it's like every year you in the game, you just be learning mad shit. You can look at me like somebody that I can show you what's going on, what's really going on behind the scenes type shit. You feel me? And being on game on a lot of shit.
Being in music though, like you gotta keep yourself a little young sometimes and shit like that. So do you ever feel like, like I said, now that we, niggas are a little older and shit, like you be running with a couple younger niggas and be like, damn, what the fuck am I doing?
Nah, but see, that's the thing though. So even with that, like even when I started out, cause I've been in the game since like 2013. I ain't gonna hold you. Like when I really started doing music was like 2013. So being 2024, it's like even I embrace that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like look at me and be like, yeah, I mean I'm still doing my shit and I still keep it young, but we ain't gonna be talking about like me. For me, I'm not gonna be talking about dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be motivational shit. I'm putting people on game. You know what I'm saying about life. Period.
I feel
in
that.
and outs. You know what I mean? I did bids, so you know what I mean. I can tell you about the struggle. I'm gonna tell you about what could be the best for you because I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you up on game. So me being around young, I don't be feeling stressed about it. You feel me?
Not stressed, but like I said, young nigga shit. Sometimes you just be the old nigga around mad.
You feel me? Like, yo, they cut that shit out.
That and you just be seeing these little young niggas wilding out and shit. You be like, damn, bro. Like, I had to pop out today. Damn, I had to take my ass off. Sometimes being with this nigga, man. Seeing this nigga wilding out.
But see though, that should be like, you be like, just learning like you was a young nigga too.
Fact.
So I respect it. I give them their time. You know what I'm saying? I give them time to get their time to do what they gotta do. You feel me?
You gotta get the bullshit out.
It's the learning experience. You could go by somebody else's experience. Like I can't look at them and go by my experiences. You feel me?
No,
I want them to learn their own way. What I could just tell people, and I even posted on the gram at times, like, well, I'm on here, I give advice. I'm not telling nobody what to do for nothing.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? Like my advice, I'm gonna give you advice. I'm gonna put you on game. You decide to do what you want to do with that. You dig what I'm saying? And then when they hit, like, if you fuck with me like that, like I fuck with my niggas, fuck with me like that, you just be there for me when I fall.
I feel that. But let's take it back though. I mean, let's go back to the beginning. Young Izzo, you know what I'm saying, from the Bronx. You know what I mean? Just to give me a little experience of what it was like growing up.
What it was like growing up, see, I don't. When I came into the game, it wasn't intentional. Like I didn't even grow up like everybody else is. Yeah, I'm gonna be an artist.
I don't mean coming into. I mean like growing up as a kid.
As a kid, period. Oh, I'm a family of 6. You know what I mean? Household of 8.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we didn't have it like we was like always fly guys and shit like that. You feel me? Like Fred had spoke about it in a couple of his songs and shit. I rap about it myself sometimes. Like did the shelter thing.
You was a big
Bronx,
nigga.
New York, you know what I'm saying?
Big nigga, you stuck out and shit like that.
Yeah, I always been fat boy. That's why I embrace it. You know what I mean? I always been fat boy. You know what I mean? So
niggas bullied you or no?
Nah, that part didn't swing my weight. You know what I'm saying? you know what I mean? Like it was just too. It wasn't like it was too much. It wasn't too much of us, but it was like I always grew up with my father was big himself. We was always big. My father was like a tall guy. Like he did my father grew up. RP to my pops. He did the tunnel and all that. So I grew up. Everybody was like always fucked with him because he was this head security guard at the tunnel. See, younger people don't really know what that is, but people in our age they be like, yo. The tunnel was like the club. That's where Funkmaster Flex started from. You feel me? So they all knew him. So it's like he always embraced me like, yo, when you big, when you told him big, you already, without even saying nothing, you already intimidated. So I always moved on some militant shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Type
it's
shit.
Like we ain't gotta take it there, but if we do, we don't go. You feel me? So
do you try to avoid the typical fat nigga stigmas?
Nah, I embraced it all, man. You know the fat niggas go get the girls. I'm the guy that the girls are gonna come to.
It's two levels. It's either you really down bad or you getting all the hoes. Yeah, either you the friend zone or you getting all type shit.
In the friend zone to get to the friend, bro. Word of mother. You know, I'll be like, yo, that's Izzo. He don't look at me like that. Take off their clothes.
Listen, sometimes you gotta laugh them out their panties. You know what I mean? That's how it be. But so when did you play sports or anything growing up?
So I did the basketball a little bit. I had a quick little, it was fly. You know what I mean?
Okay. You was like the nigga from Nebraska.
You know what I mean? But nah, I ain't really do the football. Everybody like, you didn't play football, but in the Bronx, it wasn't really no more really too much football going on in the Bronx.
You was in the public schools or the privates?
Public, man. Ain't was nothing private, man. We took anything that the government was giving, bro. Like, you understand? My family wasn't up like that. Like, we ain't even know private schools existed until I started having kids. You feel me?
I feel that. So when did rap come into the picture?
Being around it, like I was around Fred so much. Like when I first started coming up, like I was like 12 years old, 13 years old, selling my brother's CDs in high school and shit. Like, so. Just being around him so much, and then like when I got like around probably like 22, I was just like started doing music. It wasn't nothing that was playing. Like I tried, like Fred came out with an album when he was underground. I was like 18. I did a little verse on it. He let me rock, put me on the tape. It was dope, but I just didn't continue with it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just my passion. You feel me? And then later on, it was like, yo, I might as well do it.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
What stage were you at when Frozen Water came out?
Frozen Water. What the hell is that?
Frozen Water. It's one of your songs from a long time ago. Bass Beats.
Oh shit. That's my boy Bass. Oh shit.
So
see, look.
I wanna, before we get too into that, brief background story for the people watching. I made a song back in the day, and I bought the beat from Bass Beats, and you taught me one of my first lessons in the game.
What?
Is if niggas is more lit than you ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Them niggas, listen, they gonna take, not even that they're gonna take your shit and run with it, but if they don't hop on the same beat as you, nigga, it is what it is. You gotta just take that L, fuck it, you know what I mean? And just take it as credit. That was like the first lesson you taught me. And
right.
For the record, there's 2 lessons, but we gonna get into that one later. But Frozen Water, what part of your career? Because this is around 2020.
See, around that time, even when I was doing, Bass Beats was one of the. I had my, like, when I first started doing music, because we had so many producers I used to bring around Fred. Bass Beats was one of those producers that was brought around.
Okay.
So when I started doing music, I kept my original team that we had. Like it was Bass was on there, D Stacks, it was a couple of them. So I used to bring all of them around. So when I started doing music, they was just like, yeah, that shit sound fire. Remind you, because we was doing TBM. I had a couple other artists that was under the label. We was all coming together and shit like that. So when they was like, when I told them I was doing music, it was just, everybody fell in line and we just started working. So that was like in the beginning stages of my music. I mean, doing my music. Yeah. You feel me? That was the beginning stages.
I remember that shit. I remember I was mad as hell. I was mad as hell,
that was my beginning stages, bro. Word of mother. But Bass is one, like, he's an OD talented cat. Like, he worked with a lot of people. He had Bill with Fred. He had Bill with French. He had Bill with a couple people. Shout out my boy Snippy. He brought him through.
Nah, Bass was like the first nigga, like, from out this way, like, that was working with niggas
people
in the industry
out the
type
way.
shit. Like,
he was. That's
that
a
was
fact.
like,
He been around for a minute.
I remember when that nigga got flew out by like Lil B. I remember being like, yo, like, what? Like, I mean, this is like when the Lil B's heyday type shit. And I remember working with Fred, working with you. I remember being like, yo, this nigga really doing some shit right now. Yeah, honestly.
Shout out to Bass Beats. You know what I'm saying? We still pull them in. Sometimes. Like, we had just jump on recently with me and my boy Vet. He had brought a song from Bass. And that's one of the joints that we got out there called Yeah right now.
He a sneaky nigga with the beats.
Now he's like that because as you start working the game, as you start being in the game, first you start working with love. You start working with, yo, let's make this shit happen. And as you get older and knowing that a lot of shit ain't working your way, it comes to be you start having to be on business time or just stop fucking with certain people.
Yeah.
And that's where he at with it. You dig what I'm saying?
Nigga,
I respect it.
To get a beat out of bass now,
Yeah,
you
gotta
gotta
make
stalk
sense.
that nigga. You gotta stalk that nigga.
The game would
and
chew
it gotta
you
make
up,
sense.
yo, bro. The game would chew you up and make you feel like it ain't
That's a
worth
fact.
even actually entertaining certain people.
Bro, I mean, the game will make you want to just honestly, bro. Sometimes the game will make you just fuck around quick, like, cause you like I'll tell you from my perspective, like I stepped out of music for years because it was just that same jaded feeling, and like, bro, it's tough. It's tough because like art is like the reflection of your soul. It's like you're pouring your heart out onto wax, whether it may be something soulful or some bullshit. You're still pouring your heart out there. You know what I mean? And
So,
for niggas that play with you pouring your heart out, that hurts.
it's not really like, all right, so after a while of tasting certain parts of this music shit, tasting like the downs and the beginnings, because when I first started, a lot of people used to throw a lot of shit my way because Fred was my brother. I never really took it on like that because Fred used to be like, yo, why you ain't telling me my brother? Why you ain't telling me? Because I wanted to let him to have his own favorites for him. And like, I ain't never want to juice his shit out. He always respected that of me. But it's really levels to this game shit. And people might take it personal and say, yo, they acting funny with me. Like, nah, you gotta, whatever you put in is what you're gonna put in. And you can't expect to get without putting in what you're supposed to put in. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I tell people all the time, like, some people will want to work with me, and I feel as though, like, before when somebody asks me for, like, a feature or something, of course, I'm going to look through their shit to see if it's even worth doing a feature. It's not even about the bread. It's about the fact that if you're not even working as much, why would I do music with you?
Not all money is good money at the end of the day. It's like, you attach your brand to something, you know what I mean? You might devalue you might lose, you know what I mean, $100,000 by attaching yourself to Joe Blow on the rodeo. Yeah,
like it's some people that won't do music with me. They might feel as though, you feel me? But it's really a level to everything. So I be understanding this shit. Like this is not an emotional game. Like, and if you're gonna be emotional about it, most of the time it's not gonna work because you're just gonna find yourself. You gotta just show your heart. Right now, you gotta be on that type of time like, I'll get back. Like, I'll swing back. It ain't ready. It's not right now.
It's not time.
Yo, bro, there's so many people out here doing music. You can find another Joe's Most from somewhere else.
Oh, God, yeah.
You feel me? Like, because what are we shooting for? The only reason why somebody would want to do music with you, either they looking at your views or they looking at how you work and they looking at, so the person that, I put money into my shit. And I never been having handouts since I started. You dig what I'm saying? So, if you look at a lot of my shit, you'll be like, yo, nah, this nigga put some bread into it. Yeah, that's the reason why somebody want to deal with me, because I would go hard with my shit. So I'm looking for the person I'm going to work with to go just as hard.
When
you know what I'm saying?
When you work with like a lesser artist and you see they may not even have that thing, but they got the talent, would you fuck with the talent at least?
It's the potential. It's not even about talent no more. Anybody can have talent. It's not. It used to be about that, but it's not about that no more, because what I'm gonna say is that because some people have talent that don't take it serious. They don't even know they have talent.
Oh, God.
They just doing it. So you just putting all your time into somebody that don't really care about the shit. They just know how to do something. Now you just wasting your time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I always sit there like, you gotta have talent, and talent, I'm not gonna lie, people with consistency beats talent, bro.
Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
Consistency beats talent, and that's real shit. Like, you could be the nicest nigga in the world, to work half as hard, to somebody could be trash and just go overload, and he'll just find his way in the game. Like, I'm gonna use, for example, like, French. He's from the hood. You know what I'm saying? He's from the block. He's from Monterey. That was the last person that anybody was fucking with. But his consistency in putting out content overpowered the people that was nice.
Type shit, yeah.
Yeah. Past my brother. You dig what I'm saying? My brother was one of them that was with him.
Oh, God, no.
Like, he was, Fred was past French. You feel me? So it's like, and that's the type of shit that happens.
That's crazy, bro. So I actually wanted to talk about your relationship. Well, not your relationship. Obviously, that's your brother, but Fred. Unfortunately, we lost him during the COVID.
Yeah, that shit was right.
Yeah, that shit rocked. That shit rocked the world, bro. I remember. I'm not gonna lie, that shit hurt, bro. Because I'm not gonna hold you. That Monique's room always. When I'm in my feelings, that Monique's room always.
Yeah, that's the one that caught.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Know what I mean? When I don't
Yo, I tell everybody, yo, every time somebody say that song, I be like, yo, that was not even the song we were shooting for.
Really?
That
That's
was
crazy.
like, we put the tape out, we were shooting for a whole nother song, and everybody's like, this is the song.
Nigga, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. That shit, like, that was the New York breakup song that niggas really, like, the game never really had type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially, like even the sonics of it, like, hearing I forget Bull's name, but him singing on that shit. Like,
Remo the Hitmaker.
Yeah, Remo the Hitmaker. Hearing Remo, the sonics on it, that shit, that's the shit. Like I said, bro. If I'm in my feelings, just know. You know what I mean? That song is never going, bro.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that's that's a fact. That's one of the ones.
But you know, being that everything, you know, that he helped you, you know, kind of ushered you into this game and everything. You know, and you had started gaining some momentum. You know, you had taken a taken a little break, and that, you know, you started doing the music thing again. How did that kind of affect everything?
So, most of the time when I first started doing music, every time I took a break, I was incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I'll go out, come in, like get shit going, go back again, come back out, get shit going.
What made you? Why'd you keep going back in and out? Pause.
Life behind. It is what it is.
Yeah, but like, where did you get to the point where you finally seen like the bigger picture of, even though I might have to struggle, I'm just gonna really lean into this?
See, you can get into the struggle, but it's like, man, reality is you gotta figure this shit out. Sometimes this shit has a lot of pressure to it. You know what I'm saying? So times when I found ways to make certain things happen. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it caught me and sometimes it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the way life is. I'm not gonna lie. This shit put the pressure on you. When you're trying to be you gotta understand something. Being mainstream or even doing music or even fighting any goal that you're gonna have, nobody that's successful did it the right way. I don't give a fuck what they told you, bro. Like, it's bumps in the road and they gonna work around them shits. Down to fucking Bill Gates all the way to Donald Trump, bro. Like, all that shit, like, niggas is you gotta find your way.
Did you feel like when Fred passed that everyone just turned to you and everything was just, you know, on your shoulders now, and you had like, you know, you felt like you had a legacy to uphold, and not even just a legacy to uphold, but a career to even advance as far as yourself too? It
was a lot of that going on. So it was like pressure. It was like, yo, TBM, you gotta do your shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, nah, I've been on that type of time, but it was just like, I'm dealing with the same thing everybody else. I'm dealing with it way worse.
I'm not trying to hear that shit right now.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear it, but I gotta still go through it. Cause that's the thing about this shit, right? When you want to be something, you fighting and you having goals, all the shit that come in between, you gotta fight through that shit. And it should be whack because you gotta do it with a smile on your face.
Being professional.
Yeah, and that shit is like a lot. Like, you gotta think about it, right? So I can tell you about my present shit that's going on now, down to like from when Fred passed all the way to now. Like, you understand? Like, you got Fred and my cousin that died same year. Next year after that, my father died.
Damn.
After that, down to this present, my godmother just died 2 weeks ago.
Gee, I'm sorry.
So it's like, I'm from 2021 to 24. I still gotta do this shit. You dig what I'm saying? Through the whole process. It's a lot. So yeah, you gotta fight that. You gotta. That's a part of doing this shit, and it's coming to be hard. So you have your moments, and you gotta just stick them out.
Do you feel like you lose in touch with emotion? Like, having to always have that game face on, like, do you feel like detached from your emotions sometimes?
You gotta detach from emotions, feelings, and distraction. Word. You gotta detach from all that shit sometimes. It's just like, cause it don't even. It's just like you just have to do it. It's like you're not gonna get like, I done seen a post from, I think Will Smith did a post. He's like, it's I think everybody probably seen it. He was like, finding your dream is like the scariest thing you. And I felt that shit, because it is.
It is.
A lot of times you're gonna be doing things that somebody might not feel like thinking makes sense. But it does. It makes sense on what you're trying to do.
Greatness is uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's OD. If you're comfortable doing it, you're just slow pacing. you gotta be feeling uncomfortable a lot of times until you feel comfortable. It's not gonna be. It's gonna go bad before it get right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I go through my, like when I used to go through my situations of being incarcerated or going through my shit, niggas would tell you around me like yo, bro, you be moving like, I be like, everything gonna work out. It's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's the only thing we could do, bro.
This is be
and
okay.
whatever. How can you have a story without going through nothing?
That's a fact. That's a
you
fact.
know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
How can you have a story without going through anything?
That's a fact, though.
Like,
you're right.
Shit,
Yeah, that'd be whack as fuck.
That story, bro. Like, so it's like when I actually had to do all that shit, like, you gotta fight through that shit, and it's like, yo, you be walking around, and I get yo, bro. It seems like you always figure it out, cause the time that you wasting on dwelling on this shit, time being wasted. We gonna cry about it. We wasting time as we crying about it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
on God,
real shit.
Did any relationships change? Like, so, for example, like we have a brother on our cast, Abasi. He's Pop Smoke's brother, and unfortunately, when that whole thing happened, like, people that said that they were gonna be there basically turned. He felt Abasi said that the people that said they were gonna be there kind of turned their back and just kind of forgot about everything. So, did you experience anything similar?
It's not that. See, the thing is this. A lot of stuff that transpired with my brother, that was my brother's success. So you can't really be mad about something. I don't expect shit from nobody. You understand? So if you're going to be there and do it, then when you do it, I'll see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been living like that when Fred was alive. I've been living like that when Fred passed. So people would come to me and be like, yo, he did this. I'd be like, yo, if he did this, then I just put it out, because I know Fred did business the way he did it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, can I sit there and be like, yo, you was going to do this for me because Fred was... Nah, I'm not doing it because I wasn't doing it when Fred was alive.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? The only problem is you can't expect people to do things. You can expect things to do things and be there for you. The only thing that needs to be correct, the only thing that needs to be right is shit that's on black and white paper, bro. All that word of mouth shit, man, I see when I see
handshake deals, bro. Them shits is nasty.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like... I feel for him because I'm not quite sure. He probably had 1,000 people that was around him. You know what I'm saying? He probably seen mad love. And it happens. But for the most part, though, the people that was around Fred, it'd be pretty much it'd be up to me, though. Because they'd be like, yo, just come through. And I'd be like, yeah, I'll be there. And I just be stuck in my world doing what I'm doing. You understand? Like,
sound like me.
I'd be like, yo, I'll get with you. Like, everybody been supportive since Fred passed. We got Fat Joe. Shout out to 38 Special, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that, Arsonist, Fred whole team, like, you know what I mean? Buddha, Fuchsia, these are all family. These are all people I contact and speak to now. You know what I'm saying? But do I abuse the authority that they'll do something for me for my brother? Nah.
I feel that. So I just want to know a funny memory or something that nobody may know or whatever about you, with you and your brother.
Oh. Fred was just...
That nobody ever known. Some funny shit.
Fred was just different. Like, when y'all could tell you a million. Y'all could tell you a million things, bro. Fred was just like, I see how you live now, and like living now, like, and seeing how shit was. Like, I can understand like how my bro never had gray hairs, bro. He was just a careless person. But we went out to Miami. We went out to Miami a long time ago. This before he went mainstream. This when we was like fucking with some people that was in the game. And we had our dude from France. He was dealing with this artist named Booba from France. He was like the Jay-Z of France. So the producer reached out to Fred and said, yo, come to Miami now. I could get y'all on the track together. I'm telling you, this is going to be big. You got to come out there, Fred. Mind you, like, I think I'm working at a moving company at the time. I'm probably like 19. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck it, bro. If you gonna go out there, we out. I don't give a fuck. I had the camera. I had this little ass camera. I used to bring around. I used to walk around with this shit with him. So we went out there in Florida. Mind you, we ain't really had no bread like that. We just went out there.
Thugging.
Yo, so we went out there. They had us in some mansion. We over there. I'm like, yo, this shit look crazy. This shit look like some mansion. Niggas doing coke, all this crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they were driving. Then we got ready to leave. I'm thinking these niggas supposed to pay for our flights to go back. And I'm telling Fred, like, yo, why would you have these niggas drop us off? We don't got no plane tickets. Yo, we in the airport.
You slept in the airport?
Nah, we didn't sleep in the airport. We just stood in the airport. We was just Fred like, I don't know what it is, but we gonna get on that 8 o'clock flight. I say, yo, Fred, call him back, my nigga. Like, we are ain't no flights, my boy. He was like, nah, we gonna get on a plane flight. We started making we got on that flight though. But it was just like, we was out there on something like, and it was uncomfortable, but you gotta make it happen. Like, we ain't had no bread, we ain't have nothing.
Those were those are the best times though, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, bro, I look back, like, in my early times, like, bro, three to a room, niggas sleeping on the floor, shit like that. Shit was like a fucking, bro.
Yeah, we did all that
doing a
shit.
show in the morning, doing a show in like that the morning, afternoon, you know what I mean, coming back. You know what I mean? That shit like a fucking like a summer camp, nigga.
You got stories. It's so much stories for days. What's up?
But you guys, BT, you mind if I ask one
Yeah, you
question?
good.
If you don't mind me asking, what was one like artist you ever worked with that like you ever felt like you was not starstruck but starstruck, or like, damn, I'm next to this thing, even not even recording, but like you're next to the nigga or something.
Who was it? Damn, I've been around some. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just don't.
Been around a lot of people, bro.
I've been around a lot of people, but I just don't. I really don't catch it like that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you like, cause I just.
Why do you feel like that though?
I don't know why, because everybody be like. I don't know. I grew up the way I grew up. It was like certain things. I can sit there and say certain things are supposed to be expected, but it's like certain things is. I be looking at it different. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? And I've been around some people, even around being around Fred. Like, even if I wasn't recording with them, but just being around Fred, we've been around a lot of people. Like, the first time we was around Jada when we first started, it was like, oh shit. And then it was like Jim, and then it was like Joel. That's when we first was starting out and shit like that. We was bumping it. Busta Rhymes was like one of the ones that I was like, oh shit, look at Busta.
You wasn't out there
taking
them little sneaky pics. Like.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I just never wanted to make it. You know, it's just like, people don't understand. Like, sometimes you got to keep all that cool. So the reason why I didn't never really feel it like that, because I was always like, I wasn't really taught, but it was like, it was in the power. Like, yo, we gonna be around these people. Let's not be on the groupie shit. So I never felt it. You know what I'm saying? Because I never embraced it. It was more like, yo, he over there.
You had any homies? You had any homies
right now? Huh?
You had any homies got fanned out?
Oh yeah, everybody used to be, yo, bro, y'all niggas, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. Whatever we was doing in the hood, it was 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what it is, and we just respect it, niggas.
Who do you feel like was the biggest artist that like you felt like embraced you? That was like, oh damn, he fucking my shit.
That embraced it. I would say, I ain't gonna lie to you. It might sound crazy, but Fat Man Scoop.
R.I.P. man.
Yeah, he fuck. Yeah, R.I.P. to Fat Man Scoop. Like, I spoke to him on the phone. He's like, y'all fuck with your shit. That's when we was talking about Fred and shit like that. And then he worked with, like, yo, you fuck with my shit. I was like, nah, I respect that.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? Some things, I don't know. I just never really, I don't know. I just don't. Sometimes I just don't be really like, and that's probably one of my problems. Like, they be like, yo, bro, you be forgetting what's going on. Like, I be like, nah, I just be working. Sometimes I be so zoned out and working and probably doing music that I don't embrace who might want to fuck with it. Because I just put it out there and be like, whoever tags on it, whoever grabs on it. You know what I'm saying? Because It's like when you get on the homo, when you get into that mode of trying to figure out who's who and then they don't, it's gonna slow you down. It's gonna discourage you. Just push your music out. They gonna fuck with you.
Besides Fred, who would you feel like is the top 3 artists that like you feel like inspired you or you like listening to?
Listening to? I like fucking with. I fuck with, like, coming up. I was coming up with Ross. I like Raw shit. I like the GD shit. And I like gay shit. That was like more like they used to just talk a lot of hood trap shit. Fuck with that shit. Then Gates with him was on like the way he spoke about how life is. His music is like real shit. And then, you know what I mean? Like, even when we got up with him, Gates was another person when I got up with him, and he was just like, yo, I know, he was talking to Fred. We was downtown. Yeah. The first time he came down, Fred put me on to him. He came to the studio, and I was just like, oh, what? And one day he was like, yo, Gates is going to come to the shit. I'm going to introduce you to him. I I was like, oh, for real? But maybe I felt maybe I felt like that with that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about
there
it.
You go. See, there
I
you
was
go.
like, yo, he's like, yeah. I'm like, we gotta get to the show. Before I had to go do another show somewhere else. I'm like, yo, bro, have you ever get that shit over with when you get the Gates? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But we wound up getting with Gates on 42nd and shit. And we just probably like, yo, bro. He's like, yo, he gave me his number. He was like, yo, we gonna tap in. But, you know, boy, he's a lot of busy. But he was like, yo, I might not pick up my phone, but, bro, I'm watching it. I'm gonna get with you. So I was like, yo, yeah, I need you, da-da-da. He was trying to connect the dots. But homie was just like, when I call, he text back, he pick up. And I respected that. But I be telling niggas, like, when somebody got so much shit, and this was when he got...
Niggas got too much going on.
When niggas got too much shit going on, you can never look at it like, yo, that nigga just be acting, I don't fuck him. Nah, he got a lot going on,
niggas
bro.
lost in the sauce right now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you start to respect that part, niggas will respect that part, bro. Like, I think I hit him, this was around 2 phones, like they had the 2 phone song out. And yeah, he had the 2 phones.
6 phones now.
He just had the Atlantic shit, so I was just like, and I was like, I remember I hit him up, I did a show in Connecticut, and I was like, yo, I could tell you this fucking message word by word. Dirty mother, I was like, hey, yo, bro, I just left this shit in Connecticut, bro. I need you on this track. I'm pumped right now. I need you on this track. He's like, yo, listen. He's like, he texted me back.
Oh, he said, listen?
Yeah, he texted me back. He texted me back. We on a text message. He texted me back and said, yo, he texted me back and said, I respect that you feel that way. And he said, look, for me to stop what God put in front, this is what he said. For me to stop what God put in front of me, to take care of yours, respectfully, if you can't wait for me, if you need me to stop for what God put in front of me, I'm not gonna lie, we have to charge you $60,000.
Oh, nah.
Yo, word of mother, I was on the phone talking my man like, yo, he texts back.
Listen, my bad.
And I was like, I respect that, bro. I just texted him that. I respect that because that's real. You gotta understand something. When somebody got something going on, it's like he gotta worry about what he got worried about. You want me to stop what I'm doing? I probably got 1,000. I don't know what he had got going on at that time. But you gotta think about it, like, just send a text back on it. Was like, I respected that shit. I told Fred, like, yo, boy.
He kept it 100.
Yeah,
he could have given you the runaround. I'm not gonna hold you.
It.
That's the industry shit that I don't fuck with. The runaround, the industry runaround.
Yeah, it's like not picking up the phone shit. It's like, you know, like, I'm quite sure you heard it, but if he's gonna sit there and tell you that, now I'm looking at it like at that time, if I had 60,000, I would have been offended. No, I wouldn't have. I would have been like,
drop that
hey yo, I'm sending you. How you want me to send that? It'd have been like, nigga, he told me he's doing it. It's 60,000. So you gotta think about it. Is I be feeling offended that I don't have it? Because if I had 60,000 at the time, I would have gave it to him. You feel me? So I would have never been offended. It would have been like, yo, he did a feature. He did what he had to do for him. So that's what I was people being in their feelings. Like, nigga's a bitch. Nah, I ain't gonna be none of that. He gave me a price for it, and that's respect. Some people don't give you a price. They be like, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing that with you.
Or niggas will say yeah and then just not send it at all ever.
Yeah.
I wanna ask one more question. The circle that your brother had around him. Right. I seen G Herbo said something where like people from Chicago that was a part of his block, they didn't like how he was moving like years later. But G Herbo was responding like, yo, bro, I built this shit. I put the cabin on this shit. I put the wood on this bitch and blah blah blah. Was there a lot of people that ever felt like that the circle that you guys was around that like they felt like that you owed them something, or was Fred somebody like, yo, bro, you my brother at the end of the day, but like, are you putting in the work?
So when you start to be successful and getting actually stuff going, you're gonna bump into like 3 different kind of people, 3 different kind of situations. You're gonna have your friends that you grew up with for years, the people that you fuck with through the music, and then you're gonna have associates. You know what I'm saying? And those are the people that's gonna be like the people that you grew up for years. I've been here for years. No, you've been with me as a friend for years, and I respect that. We probably don't do as much because if you're not fucking with me with this new life that I'm fucking with as far as the music, how much you have done with me with this music? Because what happens is, it's like if I'm coming to do music and you being a stockbroker, I'm not getting up with you half the time because I'm not trying to be a stockbroker. And that's why our relationship is going this way. You know what I mean? It's not growing this way because we don't fuck with each other. It's going this way because we doing two different things.
Yeah.
So you start to look at me like I'm being Hollywood because my shit is a success. You understand? And that's like, you just gotta, it sounds crazy, but yeah, it was a lot of people that was like, yo, because you can't beat everybody. It's kind of hard. You gotta really pick the people that you fucking with and make them the people that you fuck with, bro. Like,
and for those friends, I'd say, if you want to be a part of the team, make yourself valuable. Learn how to edit. Yeah. Learn how to produce.
Make it
Learn
easier for somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we had dope. We've been through a lot. Like, the whole time Fred was growing up. Because Fred had a lot of people that started with him, that did it with him, and then did it with him. Like, worked the music with, when it was mainstream. The circles changed. Some people was around for it. Some people's lives has changed. They couldn't move around as much because they probably started having kids and stuff like that. So they couldn't be as available as, you know what I mean? Or their responsibilities changed or their thought process changed. It's like, see, me, I never had a problem with it because I always looked at it like, if I'm going to ride for anybody, this is my brother. I know I'm going to be around regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be just doing like, I used to do 1,000 things. I made myself useful. It wasn't just like,
Facts.
It was like, I was fucking driving around, selling CDs, flyers, everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if we're gonna do this shit, we're gonna do this shit. My other brothers wasn't interested too much, but they was always supporting him because they all family. You feel me? But everybody knows like Izzo fuck with Fred with the music.
Did y'all that quick with the CD era versus the streaming era?
Nah, it took a little.
That was that hard change.
It was a hard change for real because that's when Fred came out. It was when Fred first came out, everybody was going to. What's the shit? Was the mixtape shit on Dat Piff? Everybody was on. Everybody like Dat Piff was like the Spotify. It's like, yo, they about to hit bronze. They about to hit gold. You know what I'm saying? So it was like It took us a minute. It took us like 2000. Fred was on Double XL since 2011, and it took us probably like 2012, 2013 to realize, yo, Apple Music. Yo, somebody been selling your shit on Apple Music. So who the fuck is these people?
That's funny.
And wound up being from his camp. You know what I'm saying? The people that was situating the shit.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a lot of stuff that we didn't know until later. And that was just the transition. Because everybody, we was on CDs. Like, we went out to Japan and we just brought a whole bunch of CDs. Word. We went to Japan. We had a tour in Japan for 2 weeks. And we just bought a whole bunch. We bought like 4 boxes of CDs and we sold all them shits.
What was being out there like?
Huh?
Were you the tallest person in the room every time?
Like, yo, we are like giants.
Did they treat you like Godzilla and like point and shit?
Giants, like,
I heard they do that.
Over there, this is the master bedroom. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy over there. I'm like, why is everything so fucking small? Like, you know how they be like, you know how you go out to certain spots and you be like, yeah, they don't get nothing but a 2X. Now over there is a large. It's like, you know, you ain't gonna have no clothes for us. You gotta order that online.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. I gotta get my shit on Fashion Nova or something.
Yeah, shit like that. So, you know, but it was a good experience, and that shit was that wasn't just a good experience by itself. So
you smoke weed out there?
No, I don't be smoking bud. I smoked bud recently because I was in Jamaica. I did it for Bobby.
As you should.
They laughing because they like, this nigga was smoking dirt.
You smoking some reggae?
Yeah, I only smoke when I'm in Jamaica. I only smoke weed when I'm in Jamaica.
I don't even know, what is the Jamaican Reggie smoke like? Like, what do you feel? Like, you be tired?
I don't know, because I don't know what it is when it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, but from what they say is dirt.
You get cotton mouth and shit like
that. Vet be like, yo, this shit dirt.
Okay.
They be like, this shit is dirt. They be like, they gave us a whole bunch of stems. $30, bro. We had like a garbage bag. We like, God damn, how we gonna smoke all this shit?
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, word of mother. Yeah, like a garbage bag, but I don't smoke bud, bro. Like, I don't smoke weed.
I feel that.
Can I ask one more question?
What's going on, Dada?
I like to ask every single rapper this. I'm sure you have a bunch of songs that probably made you cry or something. But like, what's one personal song that's out there on streaming platforms that like actually made you cry? That you personally ever did?
I did. That would be Forever. Fred the GodSon. I did a song for Fred. You know what I'm saying? It's called Forever. And that dream was like you felt that shit. Like it was real.
What was the writing process like with that?
Oh man, that writing process was hard because I'll be living through the music and shit. So it was like shit. You
was sober, smoking, drinking. or and how long did it take for you to make that?
It took me no bullshit. It took me about like 4 or 5 days. It took me like 4 or 5 days to do it. It took me a minute. Like you start getting the process, you start choking up. Like I don't know if you listen to the song at the end. I just choked up. Then it cuts off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my boy.
So I want to kind of spin back to something. We were talking about making yourself useful and shit.
Right.
So when we met and we were in South by Southwest,
right,
you was with a lady at the time. I don't know if you know
Doves.
whatever.
Oh, you talking about my lady? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, y'all still okay?
Yeah, we still together.
Oh, okay. I was a little nervous. All right, bet. So I met you with Shorty on the road, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Jackie.
Yeah, and I pulled you to the side. Yeah, I pulled you to the side. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, bro, like, you know, you got your Shorty out here on tour with you. Like, yo, like, you know, how do you kind of do this?
I remember that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember that conversation. You was like, the funny thing was, me and Jackie, we had just got together. Probably like we was together probably like 4 months. But it was just like in that process, it was like, yo, bring her on board, bring her involved, have her involved. Yeah. So
now, fast forward, you know,
are you still with that young lady?
Yeah.
You still up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward, you know, we start the podcast. When I started the podcast, like I remember, I never forgot that, bro. And I remember like I was really like on her about like, yo, you should like come fuck with us, like come fuck with, do some camera work, come start your own show, like yo, you know, you cool, like you funny, you a dope ass chick, like start your own shit, yo, bro. Honestly, and I thank you for this, bro.
You already
since like this podcast and everything came, like we've never really been better, bro. Like
it's
you actually like
you know what it is.
You put me on the game, bro.
You know what it is like, you know, most you it comes to be a problem when you don't want to, when you choose not to put your females involved. I feel like it's not wrong with having them involved. Some people feel intimidated. They be like, yo, I can't act the way I want to act. See, but when my girls with me, she know these are the bros, and I don't control their life. So whatever they want to do is what they want to do.
Type shit,
you know
yeah.
Type shit, like, yeah. They you probably see them with their right, but that don't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? We here.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Just making you made the ship. But they know, but it's good to know, because like even my man Vet, like, you know what I'm saying? We were wifey, he riding, we outside. Everybody, we doing what we got to do to make this shit work. You dig? There's nothing wrong with it.
And if I act a little out of line, just listen. Just talk about it when we get home. Just listen, you know, don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
That's what, if she can't hold it up, then that's something that could be a problem. But most of the times, you know what I mean? Like you wanna what makes them happy with less arguments, I feel like less problems. But you ain't doing it for that. You doing it because she gonna ride for you. She gonna make sure. She gonna make sure nobody not gonna do you dirty.
That's a fact.
She gonna be in the corner and she sit there. And we go out.
I don't like that nigga.
Be like that. They be like, yo, she looks mean. I'll be like, nah, she's just watching. She does that shit.
See, I might fuck around, send my girl on the prowl. I might be like, go get her.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's all in all, like, if everybody was, I'm not gonna lie, you can have like trying to be successful. You're gonna have many distractions. Some people would say like your friends, your relationship, and like, you know what I mean, even your family, kids and everything would be a distraction and shit. But you gotta learn how to make all that shit fit, so it won't be a distraction. If everybody on the same page, understanding what's the goal, and it's like that doesn't mean that your significant other had to stop their life so you could do what you gotta do. But if they got their own thing going on, like I'm gonna show you have our own thing going on. We support each other. That's two bags coming in. You dig what I'm saying? Two different directions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I support your shit, you support my shit, we support each other together. Like, you know what I mean? We have our own things going on. So that stuff's important. So it could definitely work. Like I told you when we was in South by Southwest, I'm like, yo, have it involved. The reason why, you know what I mean?
And mind you, I looked at this nigga like he had 6 heads. I was like, what, nigga?
Yeah, because he was telling me like, she always got a problem every time I'm doing it because she understand. I'll be like, she understand because she not around it. All she can see is you having fun. And she not a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and your shorty will be your biggest lover and your biggest hater.
Biggest supporter.
And the
biggest
hater.
I ain't have a camera. I was in Jamaica. I ain't have a camera. Nobody can pick up a camera. You know, I had my phone in my pocket. I came around the other way, took it out of my pocket, and started filming.
So let me ask you, besides music, right? What's one other thing you love to do in this entertainment shit? Like you like podcasting, you like the content creating type of shit. Like if music wasn't a factor, what's one other thing you love enjoying doing?
It's really a few things, because in order for you to actually succeed in what you're doing, you got to tap in all parts of what's going to make your shit grow.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You got to tap in on it because like when I'm shooting video, I like shooting videos on some being a director type shit. I like that shit. I like the whole process of it. I be like, yo, this is what I envision. My director be like, yo, this nigga's like the person, like I'm paying me for no reason. But it's like I like that. I'm here. You here to make it happen. I'm here, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and I built my own studio and shit. I bought all this equipment, I got all this podcast shit, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the whole process. I'm like, yeah, we might as well if we're gonna be doing music, all this shit comes with it.
Type
you know what I'm saying? So you could pick like the only thing I ain't get down pat, and I'm gonna keep it real. That might sound crazy, is engineering my own music. I don't know how to engineer my shit.
It's YouTube, bro. YouTube and a lot of Adderall. That's how I learn.
Have the patience. That's what it is. I just don't have the patience for it.
Bro, I promise you. I mean, listen.
Everybody be like, yo, bro, you gotta learn how to do this shit one day. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna do it.
I'm not the best at giving this kind of advice, but I would just say, one nice little Adderall 30 milligram and a couple of them shits.
Knock them nice.
And yeah, you sit there on YouTube for a solid 8 hours a day. You be just right. Get some little music there, you be good.
My man gave me that. My man said, he's like, all you gotta do is press it. I was like, he's like, that's just to record it. Everything else we take care of later. And I was like, all right, I tried. I'm like, yo, and I gotta just keep my brain. Like when I be in the studio, like since he was coming up, I always at our own studio because the way my brain is, like I can't run off of time. It's like, yo, we only got 30 minutes in here.
Yep.
Like, nah, I just want to take my time and do this music. You feel me? I want to create. It's like when you're doing music on a fast pace, you just like, yo, we got to do this shit. You got to do it right now. You got to do this right. Like, nah, I just want to take my time. So I need to have my own studio. Me having my own studio is the thing that I need. And if you are doing any type of business, whatever you need to make it happen, you should have it to do your business. So if y'all got into podcasts, y'all got your own podcast station. Ain't nobody can't tell y'all nothing.
Come in here, whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, what I tell you when we talk, I said, yo, we own the spot, nigga. We come here whenever the fuck we want.
As we go. We ain't got a slot time.
Nope.
We ain't got to do nothing.
Do not want to fight with nobody.
I got 3 questions.
This nigga, man.
No, I'm sorry.
Let's hit the motion.
You might as well come sit down, you fucking narcissist.
What was your... I'll sit down next time.
Nah, I like it. This is going to be who's that voice?
I just told you.
What was your... All right, so once you start freestyling, like, in the studio, what's your favorite, like, off the top of the head that's out there on platforms and everything that you freestyle, like, off the top?
I ain't going to lie. It sounds crazy, but I ain't going to hold you. For me, a lot of my music that I do, I do it, and then sometimes I tend to forget them shit. And it's not like my man will see, I come in the studio, I write my music, and I do my music, but once it's done and then once it's out, it's like I tend to forget about it. I don't know why. I'm moving on. It's like I'm not even in that. I'm like, yo, I'm moving on to the next. I'm moving on to the next track. I'm moving on to the next album. So sometimes you'll say tracks like, and then not to say like I don't remember, but it's like you brought up the track Frozen. It was like, huh? Because it's like, but when I hear it and when I see it, I jump back in motion.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I had to paint the picture. Listen, nigga, you ain't remember me. So I had to paint the picture too.
That part, yo, I get it a lot. I do it a lot. Even when I'm with my fam and they be like, yo, Izzo, I be like, yo, what's up? I be like, sometimes I be forgetting. Be like, yo, nah, I seen it. Somebody could be a friend. Somebody could be somebody see me on the internet. Or somebody just recognize my music, because sometimes when I'm outside, I tend to forget I'm an artist.
I feel that.
What's your all-time favorite music that you ever made?
Huh?
Your number one song that you ever made?
My number one song, you talking about viral-wise or?
Nah, I ain't talking. Viral-wise is the fans. I'm talking about you.
The one
because most of my favorite works might get the lowest amount of views.
Nah,
what's your favorite thing?
My favorite work that I ever did. And I'm not gonna lie, like as far as album wise.
Nah, I ain't talking about album wise. I'm talking about your favorite song that you ever did.
My favorite song I ever did was Part of the Game.
And what was that song about?
It was just part of life. I wrote that song. I think I wrote that song around the time Fred was in the hospital. So when I wrote it, I was in like I've been in the games, see some change, I've seen enough. That knocked me down. I be forgetting words, but it was more of a situation. Like if you go online, you could go see it. But it was more of a we been through the bumps and bruises. It's gonna happen, whatever. It's part of the game. Let's move on, type shit. Yeah. You dig? And I was like, I wrote that with the intentions of Fred getting out the hospital. And then he didn't get him out, so it was like I still.
That's kind of like the King Shooter situation. I don't know if you're familiar with King Shooter.
I'm familiar.
He's from Highbridge. That was Dave East's artist, but that was kind of like his
Yeah. I know my Shooter.
Yeah,
so, Shooter. Yeah.
He was drinking. His liver, kind of gave out and everything, but everybody was anticipating that he was gonna give out. Yeah. When the whole situation with Fred the GodSon happened, rest in peace, because that's one of my favorite rappers. He actually worked in Mastic on Street Heat and everything. Like, I seen him in the studio and all that. Was this like an unexpected thing? If we don't got to talk about it, but if you don't mind, we good. Like, how'd you hear the news and all that?
Oh, I heard.
And how long did it take for you to make that song, for him?
Yeah, like, well, the process was pretty much like, he had went to, this is around COVID, so everybody didn't know how serious it was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, at the time.
Same time as King Shooter.
Yeah, like, we didn't realize how serious it was, so he had went and did a feature, I think he was in Connecticut or something like that. That was like in the beginning stage. He went up there with his mask and everything, so he came back. I think my man Reef Hustle, shout out to Reef Hustle, was one of the artists, and Reef had called me, he was like, yo, Fred called you? I'm like, nah, he ain't called me. Like, what's up? I'm like, nah, he asked me if I'm feeling different. I'm like, let me call him. Yo, what's good? You good? He's like, I can't breathe. So I was like, yo, I said, yo, you think you got caught? I'm like, you took your mask off? You like, yeah, I had to do the verse. Yeah. Type shit, you feel me? Like, I'm like, yo. So his heart was dropping. Like his oxygen was dropping crazy. So we had like a little joint. So my sister had mad oxygen pumps. So I had just had a newborn around that time, so I couldn't really be too much with him. So I went to his house, put it on his porch. Like, I'm like, I put the oxygen pumps on because I'm like, yo, we was trying to avoid going to the hospital. I'm like, yo, let him use these oxygen pumps. My sister had mad oxygen pumps for her son. He took him shit to his house. I put him on top of the porch, and I was like, yo, y'all can grab the oxygen pump. But he was like, it was too much. He started to go to the hospital because he went there and did his regular procedure. Like, when Fred used to get asthma, if it's too much, he'll go there to the hospital, get a regular dose, and he'll be right. Steroids, everything good. Mm-hmm. But mind you, when he went there this time, it was COVID going on. So he must have got it going inside. Yeah. And then coming out, it could have been that too. It could have been 1,000 reasons why. But, yeah, when he had to rush to the hospital, he had to go to the hospital. And then he's like, his oxygen was just dropping. Like, he was in a car with his oxygen dropping low, and his fiance was on the phone, just like, yo, his oxygen is too low. Like, he's not gonna, like, we got to get him to the hospital now. Yeah. It was like, they just went to the nearest one.
How'd you receive the news?
Now Fred was texting us, like, as it was happening.
Yeah. The same day?
It was, like before he even went on the event, like, he felt it. Like, Big Bro didn't even feel like he didn't feel like he was gonna make it out of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we was just like, I just balled up on it. Yeah. Like, yo, this shit crazy. Because I'm like, I ain't feel like he was going to make it out of it either.
So, right, I ain't trying to be the nigga that, like, I'm not trying to say it on camera exactly, but there's a couple people I'm close to that, like, I kind of distance myself and I prepare myself for, like, all right, this shit's going to happen. So, like, if it does happen, I can handle it, a little better type shit. Was this one of those situations that happened that, like, you was expecting, so, like, you know how to handle it or not? This was just, like, out the blue.
See, when it came down to it, I'm not going to lie. Like, I just said the remark, like, I didn't feel like he wasn't going to make it, but it was like I was hearing about these ventilators. So I'm going by what everybody's saying because I never even heard of a ventilator till Fred got on it. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm like, yo, and I know somebody that got on it and then got off. I'm like, so me being me, I be feeling like, I used to feel like my family get out of anything. Yeah. So I didn't think it was going to even.
Real nigga shit, of course. Yeah.
I feel like, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like, nah, this shit ain't going to happen. This is my first time it was like immediate family pass. I never had immediate family passing. Like, our household was like Super 8. Like, I got it tatted on the arm type shit. Say Super 8. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, we never felt that. So I was like, I'm thinking like he gonna get out of it. I'm like, they said 2 weeks, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it just kind of hit different when it was like, nah, it's over. I'm like, fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy like that.
What's your favorite song you and Fred ever made?
My niggas gonna ride.
My niggas gonna ride.
My niggas gonna ride.
Yo, actually, I'm not trying to be no funny nigga. Hold on. Yeah, he know about that. He the one that put me onto that shit.
Yeah, my niggas
I just got one question, right? Nobody ever told you that you look like Fat Boy?
Everybody.
You don't look like Fat Boy?
Everybody.
He is Fat Boy.
Nah.
Yo, bro, I thought you was gonna
before.
ask that shit, bro, for mad long, bro. Like, I was itching to ask that shit, but I was trying to keep it mad professional.
Like I went to an event in North Carolina. I did a radio shit in North Carolina. I had to go to like radio station, and they had the guy that was setting it up. He had me going to different events in North Carolina, and I didn't know that Fat Boy was supposed to be there. So when I got there, it's like, yo.
But you was already got told that before that.
Yeah. Niggas came like, yo, boy, what's going on? I'm like, yo, we waiting for you in the other song next you got going on. Yeah, we about to go on stage. I'm like, oh, all right. So I'm thinking they for Izzo. He's like, yo, he think you Fat Boy.
Yo, I got one good question that I really want to ask you for. Because when I was working the cameras, I was looking at you, BT, too. I was looking at you like you was like Izzo and everything. So, like, with the chains and everything, I know some rappers or some content creators, they look at it as, like, a trophy. Do you wear the chains as a trophy, or it's just because, like, you like this shit around your neck?
So, when I was younger, I always liked, I never really cared for it when I was younger. I used to like seeing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, damn, that shit nice. I didn't really jump into the actual aspect of putting on you. Like, niggas would tell you, like, I'll be around when we was first coming up and I wasn't actually doing music, but I was around Fred all the time. Fred used to wear all these, like, you know what I'm saying? You like wearing luxurious shit, and Fred used to be like, so when I first started rapping, it was like, I put it in my mind, I'm a Gemini, so that my shit just...
You're a June baby.
So I'll be the nigga out there with the bread.
He not right in the head.
Yeah, like I put it in my head like I was like I'll be outside running around. I'll have the bread on me, but I'll be dressing on regular time, but nice car all the time. At that time, like Tahoe truck, this and that. Yo, we gonna feel where I'm throwing the money and shit. But the jury thing wasn't me. So when I first started, like I was like, yo, Fred, I need to get a chain. I'm starting to rap now. Yo. I was like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, nigga, I need a change, nigga. I did this song, I did the music, and I just felt like it's a different response when you have it on.
Yeah.
It's
Yo,
like,
you got time?
starter.
I'm not taking time for you right now. If I could ask you mad questions.
Yeah.
All right. How'd you? Not my fault, bro. Cause your story's mad interesting, bro.
Yeah.
How'd you? Cause I know you and Fred is brothers. Y'all biological brothers. Y'all was on the same block.
Biological.
Really?
That's the blood, yeah. It's my,
What was your favorite song that's out there that we could all listen to that Fred is like that's my favorite song?
Like say it again.
Fred's favorite,
Fred's favorite song.
Fred's favorite song that you ever made.
Fred's favorite song that I ever made. Fred always just supported me as far as like, yo, he's like, yo, boy, you could have been doing music the whole time.
Nah, yeah. I understand that, but like, what's one song I like? Nigga, you made that shit? Nigga, this shit hard.
He liked the come on shit. When I first did the come on shit, he was jacking that shit. He was like, yo, this shit hard. And I was like, this shit cool. It's like, I just always looked at Come On was one of the tracks that it gravitated to everybody, Spotify-wise. But it was like, I felt like I had way more other tracks that was fire. But that was one of the first songs that he always liked.
Why? He ever tell you why he liked that?
Nah, he just said it was dope. He said he liked the hook.
You never asked him why?
Nah, because, a lot of things.
Bro, you should be asking niggas why, though. Bro, because that's good for your own context and everything.
That's a fact. The thing is, a lot of stuff that, like, people, Fred was my brother, like, brother for real. So it's like,
that's a fact.
A lot of stuff that everybody would have took advantage of to do or ask him, I just looked at it. I took it for granted, bro. Like, even down to doing music with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and him did, like, about 2 or 3 songs. But most people be like, because I always looked at it like, I asked Fred for a track, he gonna do it.
Yeah.
But look, he's not even here for me to ask him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always took it for granted. I ain't gonna hold you. I always took in the idea of like, yo, my brother fuck with my shit. That's what that matters.
Yeah.
Like I never really asked him why. Like, because Fred knew I could always rap, but I just never cared to take advantage of it. So when I did, he was like, yo, you could have been doing it. Because I was working with like the TBM artists. Mm-hmm. I just wanted always Fred to have a team with them. So I used to put the money, do it back in with the shit, make sure everybody doing their shit. Mm-hmm. And everybody was doing their parts. He's like, look at all this shit, you could have been doing it yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he just always, anything I needed was his support.
Yeah, were you ever
nigga right there.
Were you ever competitive with rap at all? Really?
Competitive with rap, like as far as like with.
Not even just with Fred per se, but just
like with anybody.
Yeah.
See, the thing is about being competitive with that shit is it's more of my competitive idea is being consistent. Because the thing is with being competitive, you just be following what somebody else is doing, and just focus on just getting your music out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So.
You think that really?
Yeah. I really think that because my whole thing is just like, I'm going to sit there and just, I'm not looking to be, I want to work with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If we going to work, you know what I'm saying? But if I sit there and just be like, oh, this nigga came out with this type of shit, I got to come out with this type of shit. I'm not even.
So you get on a song with Jay-Z, you not trying to out-rap Jay-Z?
Oh, you talking about just like if I'm getting on a
song?
You
got to, bro.
Oh, you talking about like
with your own craft?
Nah,
you got to, bro.
Nah, but with my own style. When I'm doing, if I'm getting this, I'm doing my style, my way, and it's gonna work because it's me. I'm not looking at like I got on the track with Fred, right? Mm-hmm. So I do the track with Fred, and I can make music all day, but for some reason, when I got ready to do the track with Fred, it was always hard. It was like he's like, yo.
What's one track you felt like Fred, you hopped on with Fred that you out-rapped him?
That I out-rapped him never.
Rest in peace of every.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. But even for the, my niggas gonna ride shit, right? Mm-hmm. So we did my niggas gonna ride.
Classic.
I put him on the track, right? I did the track. I said, yo, bro, just do your verse.
He OD'd on that.
Right? So I did.
He kicked your ass. No disrespect. He kicked your ass on
that bitch.
So I'm thinking in my head like, man, this verse ain't really.
He violated when
I'm like, yo, Fred did going. But being that Fred was who he is, his slow pace, because I was going so fast on the track, like real fact, you know what I got? Can't get like Red Dotto. You know what I'm saying? So it was like. Mindful, I'm thinking he was going to like, he did his way and slowed it down. It was like, punchlines done killed me. Mm-hmm. But I was like, nah, they was like, yo, this shit is hard. Fred killed that shit, you feel me?
You got BT.
By the way, it was not Frozen Water. Frozen Water was a song that he did with Frenchie.
Yeah, that's why I understand.
It was My Niggas Gonna Ride. That was the song that was the bass beat song that I was tight about. Yes, yes.
I'm like Frozen Water.
Bro, and like I said, Fred was on that song, Frozen Water. But nonetheless, and bass did that beat too. But when I
played it all.
Now back to when you did you spun it, and I was thinking that in my head. I was whipping it in my head like, yo, this nigga spun the shit out the shit. But anyway,
yeah, because I really sometimes I be forgetting.
Now back, you know the song. You know the song.
100%.
That's the beat that I was mad about. That's wait.
He gave you that beat?
That's the beat that I was mad about.
Yo, bro.
But when I heard y'all niggas,
he's from the hood, bro.
When I heard y'all niggas, I was like, damn.
When I found out you was gonna be here, oh yeah, what do you mean, bro? I'm tapped into this shit, bro. That's why I want you on this interview, bro.
When it came to certain beats, if I ask for that beat, I'm gonna get that.
What's your favorite type of genre? Like when you rap, obviously you gotta switch it up, like party shit and everything. Some people like storytelling and all that. What's your favorite type of shit?
I like storytelling. I like emo. I like emo a lot. That's emotional.
As far as emo, what do you mean as far as the context?
Like the context of being like you talking about life shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah.
Do you care about rappers?
This is your last question, by the way. After this, you gotta get the cameras.
No, that's valid. Do you care about rappers like painting their nails and shit? Like as far as the emo shit.
Well, because if you choose to do that, everybody got their way of doing things, and right now everybody's fighting with being virtual, like being fucking viral and shit. So I just can't lose myself in that process, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So I just be looking at it like, if you feel like that's what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, my boy. Like, there's certain things just not me. I'm gonna be me though.
This is the best person you ever had here.
Do you think you could out emo? Do you think you could out emo Rod Wave?
That's crime.
I'm gonna keep it.
It's that nigga.
See him. See even that type of music. That type of music is dope. His type of music is dope. Cameras. I ain't gonna hold you. His type of music is dope. Rod Wave, I fuck with Rod Wave shit too.
Cameras.
Like, nigga, go do the cameras.
Oh,
This nigga.
Rod Wave is dope.
Who's your favorite underground artist that really played a part in making your flow?
My favorite underground artist.
Somebody you was really rocking with, somebody you heard back in the day, they
ain't get their flowers. I'm not gonna lie. If I tell you them, you probably might not know them.
Just give them the platform. Fuck it.
So you had around that time. See, I got my son Virginia Slim. He was one of my.
That's crazy.
That's Fred. That was Fred Partner coming up with TBM.
That's
right?
crazy. I haven't heard that.
These are names that you're gonna be like.
Bro, I haven't heard Virginia Slim in like 10 years.
Highlight was with Hell Rel. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. Then you have some other people that was like, and I was just with Highlight in Miami. Like it's like crazy how life is. Like these are people that was like fucking. Like high people, they was like the Jay-Z's in the hood. You dig what I'm saying? It's like now you see them, it's like corporate offices and shit. They're not even doing music like that no more. You dig what I'm saying? So, but I just recently did a song with Highlight with Fred. After Fred passed, I did. Me and David Kendall. Like you do music. It's like y'all ain't gonna lie. I fuck with your music so much because it's not like you on some Fred time. You on your time. And I was like, I respect that. That's where a lot of people always fuck with my shit. They like, yo, you ain't trying to do punchlines. Because I don't. That's not my thing. So he's like, you ain't trying. And that's good that you just doing your own thing and you got your own style and sound.
Would you ever transition into like the suit and tie? You know what I mean? Office job. Not office job, but, you know, working in the office instead of being the product?
See, there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. Like, I will always transfer if it's a way for me to make it happen. Like for instance, I had just built, like, I was doing music. I'm doing music now. So when I built my studio, I had to be the person that was behind it. Like, we trying to see how we gonna do podcasts. And I was the person in the back trying to do it on as far as, like, the money-wise. You know what I mean? But it takes time away. It does. So I was just trying to find somebody that was, at the time, I was trying to find somebody that would do it for me.
Okay.
You feel me? But it does. It's TBM, yeah. TBM shit.
I know you got the, you know, TBM label and everything like that.
Right.
What would be, you know, they say artists should never work with another artist. What would make TBM different?
You said artists should never work with another.
They always say working with an artist, like the artist managing or being signed to another artist is like, you know, scary because, you know, usually they'll say that the main artist who's doing the label or whatever focuses on himself.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in this case, it was pretty much more different. And I feel like, see, I look at it as motivation as well. You know what I'm saying? Anybody motivate each other. But as far as, like, for us, it was just like, I feel like it was different because we was all feeding off each other. End of the day, if the music's going to get out, the music's going to get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're going to make that shit excuse, somebody got to be saying there, somebody got to be saying there being business-minded. I wish we all could be business-minded. If y'all want to be business-minded, then get on the business side of things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. Listen.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole thing. So, yeah.
And before we get out of here, I just do want to talk about SOB a little bit. SOBs, the mixtape the album you dropped.
Suicide over both sides.
What does it say?
Suicide on both sides.
Suicide on both sides. Okay. And that's featuring what's
Billboard Billy. It's not featuring. It was pretty much a project that we put together. You know what I'm saying? So
he's a younger dude, right?
He's a younger dude, yeah.
I seen you guys did a couple of different sounds. You guys did some of y'all sound. You guys did some drill sound. You guys did some like partier music. You know what I mean? You guys attacked like a bunch of different, you know, sides of the fence on that mixtape. Was that like a thing you wanted to kind of bring each other into each other's different worlds, or y'all was just chilling and vibing and just doing it? So
Suicide on Both Sides was the reason why we came up with the name was when I first, like, it was more of a I'm tapping it on his side of town with the music, and he's doing shit that he don't normally do, tapping it on my side. So we was just trying it out, like niggas, like I got people that come to me that like, yo, they be like, yo, hold up, that is on the Jersey beat, like that is on the
fuck me up a little
trap
bit.
music. Because I was just doing something different, and it felt good for a moment. So I'm like, yo, listen, he came to the studio. Our managers had tapped in with each other, and they brought him to the studio. And I was just like, it's Billboard Billy. Like I was liking his whole genre, his whole vibe. Like when he came to the studio to work, he ain't just come to the studio to work.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the studio with everything.
Yeah,
he came to the studio with his own producers.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the studio with his own engineers.
That's fire.
He came to the studio. Like, I ain't really have to do nothing but go in the booth.
That's hard.
And I was just like, nah, and no bullshit. That one night we recorded like four songs. And it was fire. Like, yeah, I like the vibe on that.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with people coming to the studio. We come to the studio, we work.
How did y'all link up?
Through our managers. Through our managers, we link up through our managers, and he was from Queens. So I just still here come to the studio and we just build. And I just like the way how we created. We created fast. So I was like, yo, fuck it, let's just throw all this music out. I hate doing music and at least staying in the computer.
I fuck with it.
I was like, yo, come and hear this shit.
I feel
you
that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not my thing.
Nah, I feel that. But, yo, man, I appreciate you coming through, bro. For real, man. This has been one of the dopest talks, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? My dog,
good vibe.
My dog, Fat Boy, is on this motherfucker. Yo, Izzo, you've had a lot of words. You dropped a lot of game. I just, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but maybe one last word of game for the people, you know what I'm saying? Something that they could learn.
One last game.
What's on your heart, you know what I mean? Something maybe on your heart, you know what I mean?
Stay consistent, handle business. You feel me? Like, that's it.
Listen, short words, but powerful, man. But listen, follow Burn After Rolling, you know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe. Follow my dog, Fat Boy Izzo, on all platforms. Everything. Yeah, man. And, yo, listen, man. Chris, Kyle, bring us up out of here.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nah, that was a good one right
You gotta
there.
click finish on the mouse. Click it again.